Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode, and we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the new Netflix series Yu Yu Hakusho. So Yu Yu Hakusho is a live-action adaptation of the 90s manga series of the same name created by Yoshihiro Togashi. And the story revolves around a young boy named Yusuke Urameshi, a delinquent junior high school student who spends his days getting into fights. One day he dies after saving a child in a car accident and gets resurrected to serve as an investigator of the supernatural world. So I grew up watching Yu Yu Hakusho on Toonami. I couldn't wait to get home just to sit down and watch this show. While everybody was watching Dragon Ball Z and Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho was my thing. I remember having such a good time with the PlayStation 2 game of Yu Yu Hakusho, even though that game wasn't really that long and it kind of sucked. I loved that game. I even have Yu Yu Hakusho socks. I'm a fan of this thing. And I even unironically listen to the opening theme, Smile Bomb, all the time. Freaking love it. So when they announced that they were making this live action version of Yu Yu Hakusho, I was a little hesitant. And up until then, we didn't really have any good live action adaptations of anime. But nowadays we got some pretty good ones, One Piece being the standout one where everybody is from now on, every time somebody's going to make a live action adaptation of an anime, they're going to compare it to One Piece. And even myself, I couldn't help comparing this Yu Yu Hakusho series to One Piece. And though I feel like it's not really fair because they're totally two different animes and totally two different styles, but I couldn't help myself because we had something so good and so successful as One Piece, something that was so faithful to the original series. It did take some liberties and change some things here and there. So I wasn't expecting Yu Yu Hakusho to keep everything from the anime, because when you do make adaptations, whether that be from an anime, a cartoon, a movie, a TV show, whatever, or book, they're going to take some liberties and they're going to change things. But the one thing that they messed up on, the one problem that they did with this show is they didn't cast NBA superstar Blake Griffin as Kuwabara. I mean, look at this. But in all seriousness, I actually had a lot of fun with this series. I couldn't help but get chills and goosebumps when I saw all four of the characters in live action in their costumes, just standing there. And I was like, wow, man, this is something that like 15-year-old me would only be dreaming of. Never thought this was going to happen, to see on the big screen that there's going to be a live action version of my favorite anime. So those aspects of this show really just got me and it really made me smile. But I will say that the one thing that really takes this show down a couple points for me is the pacing of the show. It's really fast. And I know some people might be like, hey, that's really good. I want the show to go fly by and go quickly. But I feel like for this show, this anime that they're trying to adapt, the pace that they're using in this show really is a hindrance to the story, because this story needs time to develop the characters, develop the world, and it doesn't really do that in this show. Yeah, we get some character building here and there, but it's really fast, just like everything else. We don't have time to really connect with these characters and bond with them and actually see the relationships building between all the other characters like Kuwabara and Urameshi, Kurama and Hiei and Yusuke and Kurama and Kuwabara. Like, they don't have time to all connect and build that friendship and build that bond. It's really rushed. But I think the one thing that is really hindered and really hurt by this pacing of the show is just the world building, because we don't get anything pretty much explained. So if you're coming into this cold, never seen anything Yu Yu Hakusho, you're gonna see things and hear characters say things and do things that you're kind of like, what's happening here? And even as someone who religiously watched the show and rewatched the show multiple times over the years, even I was sitting there kind of was like, if somebody that never watched the show, never read the manga or never watched the anime came into this and they saw this scene, I'll be like, they'll probably be confused as hell, because I'm kind of confused. Another blow that the pacing does to the show is that it's so fast that it combines two very volatile arcs in the anime into one season of 5 episodes. And it really broke my heart because these are 2 big arcs in the series that are really important to me and I feel like are really vital that we kind of got robbed from. And it hurts even more because the choreography and the fight scenes in this show are top tier. They're really, really impressive. I was really surprised by how good and how much fun the fights were in this show. So the fact that we didn't get some of the fights that I wanted to see from the anime in this show because they combined 2 of the arcs, it's really frustrating. It made me sad. But with all that being said, I think the show is really, really carried by the performances. The live action like versions of these characters are like spitting images of the characters. Like our lead actor Takumi Kitamura as Yusuke, he does an amazing job. I mean, this guy is Yusuke. If I think of live action Yusuke, this guy is him. As well as the guy that played Kuwabara, he does an amazing job. You know, it's not Blake Griffin, but it's still good. And Go Ayano as younger Toguro, I think he did a really good job because I was like, how are they gonna do Toguro in live action? But this guy, I was like, are you actually Toguro? Because they even got his weird glasses going on. I was really impressed by that. All the casting, they did a really good job. There's some that here and there I'm like, kind of don't really look like a character, but I'll let it slide. But you can really tell that everybody was really having fun in this show and they really got into their characters and they just wanted to have fun. Maybe they were fans of this show growing up as well. Overall, guys, I think that the show is fun. It's great. There's really cool fight scenes, but it is hampered down by the fast and quick pacing of the show. It really hurts the storytelling. It really hurts some of the character building and the relationship building that they had in the original series. And that is something that really made the anime an all-time great for me, is the sense of camaraderie, you know, friendship. Animes back then are pretty much all about that. You look at Dragon Ball Z, you look at One Piece, they all had a sense of like camaraderie and like character building. But hopefully if the show gets picked up for a second season, we will get more episodes, more than 5, because I want more than that, and they will be able to do some character building. Though I am interested to see where they go with the series because, like I said, they combined 2 different arcs into one, 2 important arcs into one. So I'm really interested to see where they're going to go from here because we don't have that much left to play with. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below about Yu Yu Hakusho's Netflix live action version. Are you a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, the anime, the manga, or is this your first time being introduced to the Yu Yu Hakusho world? Let me know in the comments down below. But as always, guys, don't forget to like if you like this video and dislike if you didn't like it, because it just tells YouTube that either people hate it or they love it. And as always, guys, keep watching.